talking about rugby now because, like I said, George Taylor, the person, is an equally interesting guy. And as you rattled off your 900 different jobs that you decided to assign yourself after giving up chucking a ball around, tell me. So first of all, we spoke about it last time you were on and you've spoken about how you're doing accountancy, but you've got a real head for business. Up north, Biltong, how's that been going for you? Because that's now, you've been doing that for a few years now. How's that been?
It's good, yeah. We're in our 5th year of trading. So it's good, it's busy. Can't complain. Yeah, I've when I started my finance job, I got the option to take a half day on Friday to allow me to get on the golf course. But that meant starting at 8 in the morning, 8 till 5, Monday to Thursday, to allow me to get that half day. But with the biltong, I'm probably in the office from 7:30. So if I'm coaching that night, I'm up at 5, in the office at 7:30, and then coaching at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and then I'm not back till about 10 o'clock. So it's a long day. But I mean the biltong, the Norpro, it gives me a good buzz, and I love my business, and that's why I do it. I do it because I enjoy it.
I was going to say, so I think we spoke about this last time you were on, but the fascination for something like, because to me, biltong was literally unheard of about 6, 7 years ago. And then it slowly became the answer to everybody's coffee shop because, Damo's coffee shop, this guy's got a coffee shop. Coffee clubs are a huge part of rugby culture now. Saturday, Wednesday morning coffees before the golf course, I imagine, were pretty mandatory with the boys.
Yeah.
How did biltong find you, and how did you go, I love what this is about. I want to be involved in this a bit more rather than just snacking on it because it's better than eating fruit pastels every time I get a chance.
We got it at the academy after gym sessions, and that soon stopped due to budget. So we had ideas before that failed, and then it was myself, Cammy Hutch, and Jason Baggett that started the biltong. So we sat in Artisan Roast on Stockbridge. Cammy was eating a bag of biltong, and we said, why don't we do biltong? Boys loved it at the academy. It's a chance to see how it goes. So we never put an initial investment in the business. We got pre-orders in, got the money in, and then we eventually got to a level where we could hold stock, and it has kind of spiraled from there. So we've had one brand change. The first one was pretty terrible. As you keep it cheap.
I can't imagine doing a complete rebrand. That sounds like somebody's not thought something through. Who would ever do that? What was the name of this thing before again? It was. It's always been Refused to Fail. We're all right.
Don't know what it was before.
Nah. Nobody would ever listen to that. Who would?
So yeah, it's now busy. Keeps me busy in the mornings, packing orders. It's maybe taking a bit of a back burner now that the new business has come to light. There are options to integrate both or keep them separate. I don't know. I struggle thinking of social media posts for both. So
join the club. I was telling you before we came out, we're doing that. The average social media in terms of content strategies now recommended 80 pieces of organic content across your social channels a week, which when you think so it's 10, 12 a day, and you're like, bloody hell. Like, it includes Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Like, it's all the ones you don't think you include.
Yeah.
But still, like, when you, the sheer thought of something going, can you think of 80 Instagram posts? And I'll look at my Instagram profile, I reckon I've got about two months worth of content in the 10 years I've had Instagram.
Yeah, that's difficult. That is difficult. But
fair play to Molly May. Right. I've never thought I'd shout that out on my podcast. But we're going to talk about what's on your shirt now, because I want to help you plug it, because what you do is actually incredible. And I think in a world where fitness fad has really become an issue, not only because it just hampers on people's mental health on how people don't format it and publish it correctly, but how people just seem to start using it as like a scam to make money. You actually have, like, here's a case in point. Two pro players can do it. So Norpro Performance, give me the initial what it is.
So basically, our new company, me and Mark Bennett started it back in October, and we've just released our first product and website in the last couple of weeks. It's basically batch tested supplements. So we've got a whey protein, a creatine, and a pre-workout gummy. So it's basically a fruit pasta with energy. It tastes incredible.
Sold.
and we do performance programs as well. So we wanted to provide a program to people who wanted to. They had fitness goals, but we wanted them to help them smash those goals essentially, because as you say, there is a lot out there in the fitness world that is total nonsense, and people pump money into thinking it's going to work. But at the end of the day, it's one, it's overpriced, and two, it doesn't actually work because the PT or whoever they use, they don't actually tell them how to train properly. And it's simple. Training is simple. Nutrition can be simple, but online, as you say, it looks complicated, and all you see is shredded guys with their tops off lifting masses of weights. Whereas our programs, they're £30 a month for a tailored bespoke program to exactly what you want to get out of it. And they're updated every month, and it's essentially the supplements are what we took, what Mark takes as a professional player, and the programs are not solely based around what we did, but a lot of the exercises that are in there helped us improve our strength, our power, our speed, because a lot of it comes hand in hand with each other, and people don't know that. They try all these little integrated, isolated workout sessions, or
like your standard three sets for 8 reps, and then just go home.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the other thing, people maybe just make up a program on the spot and do that. But when it's actually there in front of you, it's a lot easier to follow, and without breaking the bank. That's what we're all about. We're not about making masses of money from it. So we've partnershiped with a charity, with Norpro.
Oh yeah.
Called Brain Health Scotland. So it's a kind of sister charity to Alzheimer's Scotland. So all about brain health and dementia. So we're going through, at the minute, Mark and I are going through courses through Brain Health to learn more about what they do and the impacts of your brain, and getting impacts on the brain. So it's very interesting, and it obviously it's close to my heart. Mark is living and breathing it every day. It's always on his mind. So it's an important charity to us, and they're happy that we've linked with them. So basically, 10% of our supplement profit will go to that charity, and also 10% of our revenue for the programs go to that charity. So we're pleased to be able to have a partnership with them.
That's really good, and that's the thing I want to highlight there, because what people don't think about is when you're still trying to build a business, it's not like you said, nobody in this is making hundreds of thousands sitting at the back and going, all right, we're giving this much. Like, you're still trying to grow a business, and because you've been operating now for 2 weeks realistically with a website and the stuff. You've done a bit of testing, but if you've had 2 weeks and you're still already going from the outset, this is our commitment. We're already cutting into this overall and saying the most important part we can do here is actually give something there. And it's not directly related. I think it's really commendable from both you and Mark Bennett there. So how did how did you come up with the idea for this? I suppose, like you said, you wanted to help people, but was it just to sit down one day and where you just think, or was it like scrolling? You tell me how it just sort of came about.
Uh, we were kind of market. So he's level 3 personal trainer. I'm level 2, and Mark took the odd client in his gym at home. So he maybe had 3 or 4, mainly mates. Just he wrote programs for them, um, and took them through sessions and stuff. But we wanted to do something together that we both knew a lot about, and we thought, well, let's just kind of expand the programs a little bit. Let's help people out because we've got friends who they've never gymmed in their life before. Like we've done it for 15 years or whatever, and they find that very difficult, and they try and look online, but they can't actually, without spending 100 £150 a month, they can't actually find something online that is beneficial to them. So we just kind of thought, like we could maybe do something around these lines, and we didn't really speak about it much. And then I messaged Mark. I was like, "You fancy a pint at the Steading? The Steading's a bar just
Yeah.
next to Hill End." So we just we had a pint, had another pint, and then within those couple of pints, we had created a business on Company's House. Bought URLs, bought domains. So really kicked off that one random pub session. But
you and me have very different looking bank accounts the day after a pub night out. Mine's do not say Company's House. Mine just say Baby Guinness, Sewers, Baby Guinness, and then it'll be like gin and tonic, and I'll be like, oh, I tried to be healthy at that point there because I got a slim tonic or something.
Yeah, no, it was a random pub session, but it was very productive. So I'm over the moon to be able to work with Benzo on it, because we were obviously good mates on the park and outside of rugby as well. So his expertise in that field is huge, with the the rugby CV that he has. So he's currently the main program writer, and he leaves the sort of business aspect to me. So,
I don't know who's got the worst straw there, because I can't imagine anything worse than having to write out tons of programs, because I'd feel very repetitive after a while. But at the same time, you must be thinking, I'd quite like a shot at it at some point.
Yeah, I do the odd one, if he's too busy with it. So we are getting busier, which is good. Obviously helping the charity, the more we're busier as well, which is good to see. And it's something we've not actually properly released. So the guys on our program, they don't really know they're helping the charity, but they are. Yeah, exactly.
Hey. The businesses, so not only Norpro, but the Biltong as well. What's your plan for this now? Because obviously, like you said, you've got your day job that's paying all the bills, so you can afford to do this stuff and help it grow. Like, how's your plan? Is your plan eventually to sort of shift out of the current job and work on the two businesses full time, or are these constantly just going to be? These are like my passion. They become your new hobby effectively.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's a nice incentive that it's not costing you a penny to do that hobby, but it's still going to stay a hobby, and you'll have your main job. What's the plan for them?
I think the biltong was definitely something on the side, which has kind of grown arms and legs, which has been fantastic. Still undecided what I'd do with that, because it's difficult. It's kind of like my little baby business that has been there for 5 years, and the people I've met even through the biltong has been incredible. It's got some great customers and very friendly people. So what I'm doing with the up north is undecided. There are a couple of options, but in terms of the Norpro, we kind of see ourselves putting more time into that. Mark, he's obviously got a few years left at the rugby, but it would be pretty awesome to allow him to fall back into the Norpro side of things. So if we can grow it pretty well in 1 or 2 years, he can then run that full time. It, as you said before, business is difficult with startups, and you don't know where you're going to be at 1 or 2 years after trading begins. And I think it would be pretty cool if you could fall back into that and do it full time.
Hey, thank you for listening to this Clips episode on YouTube. And then if you want to hear the whole podcast, you can find them on Apple or Spotify, as well as the full video version on this YouTube channel, alongside all the other great content we produce on a weekly basis. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you again on another Clips episode or in the full episode podcast. Tweet us, tag us, let us know what you thought. All the links are down in the description. It means the world that you guys come and support us, so thank you very much.